Ho, ho, hold up. We already got a holiday banner in Nier Reincarnation. I guess let's dive in and do a banner review. I used to play in the Detroit music scene, and every Christmas they have a show called Black Christmas with punk bands and all sorts of good stuff. And kind of reminds me of this banner because we have two dark units for a holiday banner. Pretty interesting choice. All right, let's dig right into it and see why this banner has, some pretty top tier costumes, but that it's also a banner you can skip. And that's always nice when you can save your gems, right? We don't know what's coming up. There could be a second Christmas banner, New Year's right after it, and then anniversary right after that. But I'm excited that we finally have DPS Preet, even though she is kind of dark specific here. But think about Celeb Marie and Celeb Yuri. They have this too, and they're still great in every element. And this awakened attack stat here is pretty juicy, very nice. Of course, we have to give up a passive to have it. But, it's the same deal with a lot of characters, like Dragoon Noel and Sino Akeha. And it seems to be the trend lately that we have these character skills that are good, and then even better if you're using the right elements. In fact, all those character buffs we just got are, that's the case with those two. And we have it with Sino Akeha, for example. But 300 5 hits, 300% on the 5 hits with any element. Pretty awesome. That's a B gauge, so you'll be able to double it up in a subjugation knockdown. So if you're a kind of newer player and just lacking good DPS characters, I think she'd be a good one to grab. Of course, if you're using Dark, you get additional multiplier here. It's pretty cool. And then, boon debris. It's always the most value to debris, and I still haven't got my hands on a single piece of boon debris. I sure would like to have that. So, a normal pity, like on the unpaid, it's going to be a rough time trying to get her all the way to that boon debris. This paid banner, though. Oh my God. I was just talking on stream about how I hope this format comes back. I was just talking about this because we had this on the summer banner. Basically, if you have the paid gems, you want to throw down some money, only these two costumes can drop, and the appearance rate is 7.5. That's busted. That's awesome. So I'm considering buying a pack, which will allow me to do 3 pulls here. And it's a very high likelihood that these two costumes are going to drop. Okay, let's keep talking about the banner. We have Saryu here, who is very strong. Look at this Caged Vigor passive. 80%. That is so much. Now, it's dynamic, which means it increases the lower your HP is, so you have to get that HP low, so low. But just position her to receive that burn skill from the moose, But she seems like she's more of a support anyway. We have Verve here, 40% stats on dark weapons to the party. And then if you get that awakening, more, attack to the party, Valiant. And then a top tier dark support character skill. So it's got an attack buff and dark damage buff if she's holding a dark weapon. Obviously, if you're using her in another element just for the attack buff, it's okay. It's not the best, choice for support. But if you're using another element, you don't care about the dark buff anyway. So yep, pretty top tier dark support. But here's the deal. Those who have already gotten SSS 10 in subjugation, usually it's with their dark team first. So even without these characters, we're pretty stacked with dark options for dark team to push those scores, Probably dark is your highest score anyway. We have like Bloody Lavanya. We have, the other Caged Vigor nukers like EX063Y. Or maybe you just give his sword to A2, you know. And maybe you have Lacrima Fio for the Dark Crush. Well, speaking of that, we have a pretty nice weapon here. Okay, there's actually a dark buff and a buff here. Oh, that's a dark buff. Okay, never mind. I thought there was a crush somewhere in here. And then Preet's weapon is just a really generic, really strong dark DPS weapon. Yeah, self dark damage buff, which is really nice. Usually, lately we're seeing that on more weapons, but usually, traditionally, it's just an EX weapon. And then a burst, you know, 100%. Should be really strong. We have crit rate. Void Boon is always welcome. Great, and then I don't have him yet, but the Welfare Argo is going to be a great light crusher for your subjugation loadouts. That's pretty niche and specific, and you know, you might be bummed he's not a little more well-rounded, but you know, think about like even the top players are bringing like Fractured Demos on their loadouts just for the Wind Crush, for example. So it's not like he's going to be useless. Those crush skills are very nice, and Abstract Yuri has it, but you might not have gotten her. She was a normal pool costume. Came out really recently. So, like I said, hold off. You have until the 25th to pull here, and it's very likely we'll get a second Christmas banner before then, and then you can make your choice. You know, you might want to pull on that second one more. We don't know what's going to be on it yet, if it exists. But they did the same thing with Persona, you know, and had you waited, then you could have chosen between the Joker banner or the Crow banner. All right, and so that's really all I have to say about this. Pretty top tier, you know, awesome DPS here, awesome supporter and strong. We've kind of seen this recently where the supporters are starting to get strong, you know, like Sino Noel, for example. So that's very awesome. But like I said, you know, we're already doing pretty well for Dark Team Subjugation, and these seem to be very PvE focused units. Personally, whenever there's a broken PvP unit on a banner, I just have to snatch it up. But I am very tempted to go in for this these juicy rates here. Best to hold off. Just hold off for now. Hold off. Be patient. There might even be, you know, some other reprint banners or other holiday related goodies coming, and you know, you'll be happy that you saved your gems to at least make the choice, and then if you choose to come back and pull here, you know. So that is my advice, and that's all I have to say about this banner. Man, it really popped up on us quick. Got it way sooner than I thought. It's here, and I'm going to have to restrain myself and take my own advice and wait. All right, let me know how your polls went, if you did pull, what you think of the units, all of that. Do all those things down there to help support the channel. It's so much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one.